So I just got home and I'm about to go back in my house. I was out doing some reading at a cafe. Before I go in, I want to share with you an insight from this book that I'm reading, Self-Creation by George Weinberg. It was written in 1978, the year I was born, so about 40 years ago, just over 40 years ago. And I picked it up because it says this one key principle, subtitle, that will show you what you are, how you became that way, and how you can change. So wow, cool, a book called Self-Creation with one principle that's going to show you all that. And so I was really happy and pleased when in the second chapter he presents it immediately. And what that principle, I'll read it in his words and I want to talk about it for a second. Every time you act, you add strength to the motivating idea behind what you've done. Every time you act, you add strength to the motivating idea behind what you have done. And I'm really happy that that's the one principle in the book, because it's a principle that does deserve an entire book. And now I'm enjoying reading through the book as he goes deeper into what that means, how it works, why it's important. And it is super important. The way that I have thought about and talked about this principle is that every time we take an action, we teach ourselves that that's the most appropriate action to take in that circumstance and in response to that inside feeling. And to me, that insight is so profound, that knowing is so profound, because what it does is it tells me that the actions that I take, the outcomes from them, whatever they are actually not the most important thing. The outcome from an action I take is not the most important thing. The most important thing is the predisposition I create in the future in that same circumstance of internal feeling or external situation as a result of taking that action. Because let's say that there's like something simple like no, I don't want to eat sugar, and so I'm about to eat a piece of sugar, something like a cake or a brownie or a cookie or something. Eating the cookie isn't the thing that's actually worse, the worst in that whole the desire to change. The worst part about eating the cookie is that I teach myself when I have a craving, the behavior to take is to eat the cookie. So the number of cookies that I will actually eat as a knock-on effect result, as a ripple effect result in my life throughout time, because of that one choice, the neural predisposition that I create in my mind and in my body through taking that action is so much worse and so much more, it's so much huger, bigger, larger than the impact of that one cookie. And so what if we actually look at every action we're taking, not for the outcome that it creates, but for the likeliness that we are or are not to take that action in the future. And all of the outcomes that unfold from all of those actions, every moment in our life, every choice we make, every act we take, actually unfolds an entire destiny ahead of us throughout our future. And that's what this book's about. And I'm only halfway through, but that's the principle right there. But it's a really important one. Start looking at what is the predisposition you create in the actions that you take, and how is that unfolding and creating a trajectory and a path for the rest of your life. It's creating a bias for the rest of your life. Feel the weight of that and see if you can find the will and agency to act differently. Today is the perfect day for you to create who you are. You are loved and you are powerful. And I am loving you simply for your being here. I'll talk to you soon.